everyone. We apologize for last time. We realized that we were a tad bit too drunk and we were slurring some words before. So we wanted to apologize for that and say that to accommodate for this actual podcast, what we did was we still drank. We may have drank more.
This time we got even drunker, so strap in, you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna get drunker each time until we black out and pass out.
We made another podcast to
apologize.
apologize.
The next podcast will just be dead silence.
Dead silent.
That's
with
how you
us
know
lying
cool
on
we
the
are.
ground. We are so cool. Anyway, to welcome you guys, I am the host, Johnny. Beer pong or Joseph, whatever. I'll take whatever I can get.
Whatever dumbass name you want to call him.
Thank you.
That's totally up to you. I am Jeb Kern. Oh shit, last
What?
name.
Okay, I'm going.
You're gonna edit that out? No, fuck it. I want people to know my name. I am Jeb Kern. I live at XXXX.
XX, and also we have.
I am Get Yo Phil.
Ooh.
Phil.
Get Yo Phil. That's fantastic.
I just want to fuck that voice. That's good shit.
I would fuck. I mean, we already talked about your abs. We don't need to talk a little bit more about that.
We can talk a bit more about his ass.
I was talking about abs, but ass is good too. He's got a solid ass.
Yeah, we did spend a decent amount of the last podcast talking about Phil's abs.
I wish we
Alright.
could talk more.
I will put this because I saved it for the pod, but this is one
Perfect.
story I can start with, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, so after the first tailgate we did have, I did match with a girl on Tinder, and this has been going on the week prior to the podcast. So that Saturday night, when everyone went out and everything, I did meet with this girl. Her name was Olivia. She went through some things, and essentially she did rub my belly. And she did say because of my abs, she was like unattracted to me or some bullshit
Just
like
because
that.
of the abs.
Not the abs, but she was just like, I expected you to be more out of shape.
Oh,
And
so
I will.
Disappointed
I think you need
She
better
was
pictures
disappointed
on
with that.
Tinder for
That
that.
makes zero sense.
Yeah, better pictures on Tinder. That'll help you.
What the fuck's
Fair
her
enough.
problem? She only wanted a guy with a dad bod?
I don't know what it is with dad bods, but I guess yeah.
So she wasn't attracted to you because of the abs? Or
She was,
more?
but she just didn't expect that I was
Jesus.
in shape, I guess.
So you guys fucked, right?
No, we did not fuck.
What happened?
Olivia, you're missing out big time.
We fuck him.
We know
so
you're
we know
listening.
he's good.
We watched Walking Dead, which I don't know two shits about.
Don't
sets
watch
the
Walking
mood.
Dead on. Watch like
cut-
CSI or something.
CSI just opens with a murder or a rape.
Every girl
That's not
already
hot.
every girl already watches CSI or Sherlock.
or
Or
Law and
Sherlock
Order.
is-
Yeah, tell a fucking chick that you watch Friends. She'll be all
Yeah,
on you.
she'll love you.
Yeah.
Good God.
I went on Chatterbait and I just had my interest as being.
What is that?
Is that yeah?
It's just like you match with random people, but you have to like you have like a topic that you can both relate to, and I put Sherlock, and there was every single person I matched to
Wow.
was like a girl.
Is it an
Holy
ad
shit.
or
Put
is it
Harry
an
Potter,
ad?
you'll be destroyed.
Yeah, Harry Potter, Sherlock. If you put Doctor Who, oh my gosh, we don't even like Doctor Who. I'm assuming
I know
you guys
nothing
don't.
about it.
There's a code name.
I know the fan base is cancerous.
I mean, Rick and Morty's fan base is cancerous,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're fans.
but
so.
Rick and Morty's good enough to justify me watching.
You don't need
Yeah,
to go to
not Doctor
college
Who.
if you watch Rick and Morty. Straight up.
I already got my degree in Rick and Morty.
You're an
actually.
We're already astrophysicists because we understand
Rick
it.
and Morty.
For
You
sure.
really do need a high IQ to understand Rick and Morty, guys.
Well, I saw a picture of Elon Musk saying that. I
I know!
And I know he didn't actually say it, but
Oh,
just
yeah.
seeing it on his face, I was like, oh my gosh, people
Oh,
are
that's
gonna.
hysterical.
Did you know there's a Facebook group where they said the real Ricks, where they think that they're a bunch of like really
No!
smart Ricks.
Son of a
That's
bitch.
And
so fucked.
and you know the last episode, Rick told his daughter, it was like, you're not evil,
No!
you're smart. And they've
Ugh.
been using it. I was like, I always thought I was a sociopath, but I'm not. I'm just smart.
As soon as I heard that line, I'm like, this is the kiss of death for like wannabe like nihilist
Exactly.
type edgelords. This is gonna be wonderful.
But if you actually like look at what the show is showing, and Rick is being an asshole, you can tell that Rick is kind of just,
Yeah,
he's
like
trying to prove to himself, no, I'm not an asshole. I'm just smart. I don't
yeah.
care.
There's too many people looking up to Rick when he has like the emotional capacity of a 14-year-old.
There was a whole
Yeah.
Facebook post upon like BoJack and Rick, and some dude went on a rant and said, like, you're not supposed to be like BoJack and Rick or
Fucking
anything like that. They're assholes for a reason. And,
Yeah.
like, they went off for them for a reason. I mean, I could have sympathy for both characters, but at the same time, like...
Oh, yeah, I'll sympathize with them, but more people should look at the two protagonists as, like, a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
bad.
I think you actually should relate to BoJack in the last season because he actually did show some
Recovery,
amazing signs
man.
of growth, and it's not like overt, but it's very subtle in what he does, and you could tell
Yeah.
he's really doing something. Especially how he treated his mother in that dementia
Oh,
episode.
That was so sweet.
At the end, even though he fucking, I mean, we're
This
spoiling.
is gonna be the review cast, you guys.
The
Spoiler
review.
alert.
All we're
Guys.
talking about is TV show.
We're just horsing around over here.
Actually, we should talk more about what we're drinking since this is a Balls Back podcast.
Yeah, it's revolting.
We
It's
all
their
made
ball.
our
Mine's
ping pong
okay.
balls, just
Yeah.
saying.
Okay, so Phil, what are you drinking?
Oh, I am
right
drinking
now?
a Yangling Lager. I'll pass that on.
Okay, and Jeb?
Guys, I'm drinking a weird concoction right here.
I helped make this. So.
All right, yeah, Joseph helped. Just
I
so you know.
I actually did this. You asked me to pour it in
And
your
I
cup.
helped.
I did it, guys. It was me. I just want to be involved.
All right, there's what kind of beer is this?
I think it's more Yingling.
There's Yingling. There's Blueberry Mio. You can find that at any gas station distributor, guys. Highly recommend it. There is vodka. I believe Sky in it. Plug for Sky. They sponsor us.
Actually, I think it's a Costco brand,
Oh, a Costco brand.
which is a lot better.
Costco, give us your sponsors.
Please, somebody, Nintendo, give us Nintendos. What else is in here, Joseph?
I think that's a club soda. We
And
put
club soda, yeah.
Because
Rep
we're
Great
going on
Value
a diet
brand.
thing.
Oh, yeah, this is also the health cast.
Balls
So,
back goes
guys.
diet. Tell us what you're on, Joseph.
So I'm drinking the exact same thing that Jeb's drinking because I made Jeb's drink. But after I poured his, I put in about 4 shots of vodka into
He's drinking
mine.
a pitcher straight up.
I am
guys.
drinking a pitcher.
It's pretty ratchet over here.
If we had like a camera, you could see how it's brown. It's disgusting.
A
If you
pitcher's worth 1,000 words, guys.
If you pay $5 a month, you will get the premium cast and see our faces, but you just have to pay.
But
us.
until then, since we are a beer pong podcast, we should talk about our first Beta Psi beer pong meeting.
Holy shit, guys. It actually worked.
It actually worked. If you guys listened to the first podcast, what we did is we made a beer pong club, and we advertised it to a bunch of random people on our campus, and we actually got a solid amount of people.
What was our signature count at the end of the day?
Our actual signature count was over 45.
Holy shit.
amount
I've
of-
been telling people a much higher number.
Really?
I've been putting it around 60, but as long as we
I think
look
it-
that popular, that's what I'm happy
I think it's
with.
actually around 60. I just want to do over 45, like just in case. So
The power
we'll
level
go-
is over 9,000.
Oh my.
Yeah, we actually got over 9,000 people.
Over 9,000. You just don't know.
Exactly. As
But-
long as we look cool to these anonymous viewers.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
people that actually showed up was around 30. Would you say?
I'd say 35, actually.
35.
If I'm feeling generous.
And I think about more than half the people were random people that we met on like Free Speech Alley that we advertised the club to. The other half was people that we
Yeah.
knew before.
It felt good that random people actually took a chance on some guys that they just met in the Free Speech Alley. And the Free Speech Alley is this part of our campus where anyone can advertise whatever the hell that they want. So this was the perfect platform for our beer pong party.
And we're planning on doing that a little bit more to get more people, which would be actually fantastic. Because even though I think it was a fantastic party. Everyone had a good amount of time. We even
Exactly. There was a blowjob at our party.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. And there was someone going in to the guy getting a blowjob, which was just...
Got it in the girls' bathroom, too.
Yeah. It resulted in a threesome, actually.
No,
Very
it
interesting
it
party.
resulted in a fight between the two dudes.
The-
That,
I suppose it was murky waters.
Yeah, the fight actually caused, what was it, a complaint against...
Yeah, there was a
A
noise,
noise
complaint.
complaint.
a noise
Yeah.
They
It was
went
about two
onto
guys-
the street and they were
Yeah.
just fucking, fighting. And the thing is, the guy who walked in on the other guy, we didn't want him at the party. He just showed up. In no way did we invite him over. He was friends with the
Yeah.
guy that was sponsoring us.
He wanted to
at
get
the
a
party.
knife, and then he ended a knife from the person's party before the party was thrown, and then he ended up coming back because he heard there was gonna be a party. But
Because we were setting up, we couldn't tell them no. Yeah.
Bottom line, if you're gonna get a blowjob as a party, real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Don't make it very obvious.
Philip coming in with them snipes.
If you get a blowjob, don't let people know, but you can have the satisfaction at the end of the day on your own.
Yeah, definitely brag about it later. That chick had big titties.
Mm-hmm.
It was very annoying, just that guy coming to the party. I would say. I think we all agree.
Yeah,
that,
everyone's got a bit of a leech of a friend.
He is very country, and so he just shows up to people's doors and expects them to be cool with it. But the thing is, no one likes him. Like, every time I see him on campus, he's eating alone, or like he's just... He has Beats headphones in his ears because no one will talk to him.
Because he's better than everyone, because he has Beats.
Yeah. And the thing is, it sounds like we're kind of being assholes to him, but this guy's a fucking asshole. He got into a fight at a party. When I was trying to give a speech, he was talking during it. I had to tell him shut the fuck up during my speech. And it was just a really bad time. People didn't even like my pun after the speech.
Yeah, those pieces of shit.
That's what annoyed me.
Spit the pun.
Yeah.
That
was your entry.
No, that was my absolute.
I was talking to Phil.
Oh yeah. So I was trying to introduce everyone to Phil after I gave my speech about welcome to the party and thank you everyone for having us. And I was like, so our president Phil will fill you in on the details, and everyone just fucking booed. Like, in absolute unison.
Booed.
No, it was something like that.
There was a silence, though.
No, there wasn't even a silence.
There was a boo?
No, people were like, oh, no.
It must have been fucked up, then.
It's because we're trying to be organized. It's because, like, we try to make a tournament instead of just people randomly playing beer pong. And at the end of the day, we offered a tournament winner free beer or free alcohol for this party and the next party. And then at the end of the day, people dropped. There's people that weren't even invited that made teams.
Who the fuck won that tournament?
No one won because everyone dropped at the end.
And you know what? That's a win for Beta Psi, straight up at the end of the day. Because we offered them a chance to make money off of us, but they didn't take it, so...
And the thing is, I lost a lot. I spent $100 on this party, and a lot of people came in at the end and just drank our beer. There was one girl that we didn't actually want at the party who just showed up, drank beer for like a small bit, and
we'll call her Melissa.
That's totally not her name or anything.
It was good that we offered a reward, but like no one seemed to have the real motivation. I mean, granted, we just started this club to have random parties.
Actually, I started this club to have a legacy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Joseph had
Wait, that was number 4 on the list. If I could.
No, number 4.
Did we rank our priorities?
So we all had different ranks of priorities for this party. Let's talk to our president. What was your priority for the party?
Before I give y'all my priorities, I want y'all to put in the comments your priorities if you were to start a pseudo frat, and I mean pseudo.
It's a real frat. It's a real frat. Beta Psi is real.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to start your own frat than you
Phil
think.
put it in his Tinder profile, so it is real.
Yeah, let's get this straight. It was a Bumble profile. It was not Tinder.
Oh, Bumble. Okay.
Where the ladies choose you and you do not choose. I mean, you kind of can choose them, but it doesn't too much matter.
You can't choose a woman. That's sexist, dude.
That's sexist. But women can choose you. That's how the world works.
Right,
exactly.
Well, fair enough.
I see no issue here.
Anyway, please tell us, what was your priorities? A list of 1 to 3.
1 through 3.
Yeah.
One would be just get people to meet each other and everything like that. Make sure they have a good time. Number 2 was I couldn't believe I actually did this, and number 3 was to meet ladies.
That's a good list. I would say so. Jeb, please tell us your list.
Alright, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Number 1 was to meet ladies. When the idea of a beer pong club was first pitched to me, it seemed logical that it was like, oh, we will meet women this way.
I mean, you're not wrong. Someone got a blowjob, so I guess that's a
So I guess that panned out. In which case.
And you did get some girl's number.
I got a girl's number. Exactly. The date went okay. We'll get into that later, guys.
Maybe. Who knows? We don't want to get too much into personal shit, because he has a lot of stuff wrong with him. Like, oh my gosh.
I have issues, guys. I'm the complicated one in this crew.
His date went he asked the girl to go to like a volcano for like an evil sacrifice.
Krakatoa.
It was
yeah,
interesting.
Apparently bitches don't like being thrown into volcanoes. Women, get your shit together.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Girls, improve.
Is that sexist?
Let me sacrifice you. Yeah, it's probably sexist.
It is. Maybe, I don't know. But
second priority. Honestly, I thought it would be an interesting life experience.
Okay.
Kind of put it into like a moral resume, in my opinion. Just be like, yeah, me and my friends started a club in high school, or, my bad, in college, in this case.
We're in high school now, guys.
I mean, honestly, the immaturity of it all does have a high school mindset.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. And, third would probably be to, I don't know, maybe start a collegiate BP team. And I think that would be fun. Joseph, where would your priority list go?
Well, my priority list, the first I think would be when I'm busy, I don't fall into an evil vat of depression. So just keeping busy with this club, and actually like.
Rise above the existential dread.
Yeah, I'm rising above the existential dread by being constantly busy. I've been extremely busy this semester with a bunch of stuff. Usually in my semester, the only thing I care about is getting grades, but now it's been so much more, and that's been keeping me from thinking about evil, really depressing thoughts, which is fantastic. The second one is I want people to actually enjoy themselves. As Phil has discussed, I actually do want a club. Yeah, fuck those guys that actually enjoy being on our club. And that's why I think it's an important thing in our club to that we actually give them rides if they need it.
We're a social fraternity, guys.
We're social. We want actually people to have fun, and I do appreciate that. The third one is honestly, I do want kind of a legacy, and by that what I mean is I want in my perfect mind, in what would happen with this club is I do want beer pong clubs in different universities, in different colleges where people will compete, and I want an American kind of competition for beer pong.
It would be up there with basketball, football, baseball.
I think it would be on at least ESPN the Ocho. At least. And that's what I would want.
Would you want a team to be the average Joes?
I would want the average Joes. That'd be fantastic.
Joes.
I would be cheering them on.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, different teams, when they come to our school to tailgate, it would be cool if, people from other states came to play BP with other people at the home school, honestly. I think it would create a decent camaraderie. Everyone can come together with beer pong. Most people know the fucking rules, although I was surprised when we were recruiting people for our team. A lot of people did not know how to play beer pong.
That was strange, the amount of people that just went for their own cups that were right next to them instead of throwing across the table, which was kind of strange.
We got a couple autistic people. It made it interesting. Yeah.
That's. I mean, we had autistic people at the club.
That's a good point.
At the club,
We might have some autistic people on this podcast, guys. You don't even know.
Shout out to y'all.
Exactly.
I don't know. God, it's great that we're joking about it. That's fantastic.
All I'm saying,
they're good sports.
Is if they were to get a table in the middle of Death Valley, quote unquote LSU Stadium, and Alabama was to play LSU in beer pong before the game, just to decide who would get ball first. I don't know.
I
was waiting for y'all to pick that up.
No.
I'm sorry. You were setting up that whole hypothetical. I thought it was all you.
I thought you were going for it.
I'm good at starting things but not finishing them.
Hell yeah, dude. My man. My man. Yeah, we do references, guys. Get used to it.
I mean, we already talked so much about references before.
Exactly. Maybe we haven't talked enough about Rick and Morty.
I don't.
BoJack Horseman.
Is there a reference segment?
So, since our last podcast, we are trying to learn a little bit more. I'm trying not to intrude on anyone's thought because I was interrupting everyone on everything because I think that's what a host should do. Because fuck you guys, I'm the most important person here. Anyway.
Honestly, yeah. The host should control the through line of the topics on a podcast.
I don't even know what hosts are. I just thought it was some random guy who was like, I'm a host. You guys talk.
I mean, when I see a 3-person podcast, one person usually does lead it, or at least the topic of things that people are going to discuss.
Isn't that what they eat in church?
Oh my god. He's going back to the puns. This is fantastic.
We got a Catholic on this podcast, you guys.
Woo!
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be Catholic, so.
Yeah, I guess all 3 of us used to be Catholic.
I mean, we grew up in New Orleans. It's kind of impossible to not grow up Catholic a little bit.
I don't know. I'm kind of putting myself at agnostic, kind of like lazy man's atheist.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely agnostic at this point. Oh, are we going into really serious topics?
We're going into the religion segment, boys.
Okay.
Phil,
here it is.
Esophageal.
Oh,
Get your fill of existential dread.
Oh!
So Phil, tell us your philosophy on life. Let's
Shit.
go with that. that.
Oh shit!
We're going
All we're
right
getting
into it.
you guys.
Make it funny for the podcast, as we said before.
God
we
damn.
want to actually be entertaining.
Make a joke out of your beliefs.
Make a
bitch.
joke.
Yeah, I want to
Too
make fun of you.
Too much on the spot, but I used to be very much into my religion, and now I'm not. So I guess that could be the punchline. Who's to say that we know anything? And I mean, I don't know where to go from there.
Are we all agnostics right now? Is that it?
Nothing wrong with that.
I definitely.
We can all agree with each other. This is perfect.
I want no dissenting opinions on this podcast. We have to agree on
No
everything.
devil-
I don't know what we believe in, but I agree that we don't know what we believe in.
Was there like a trigger that like stopped you from being like so zealous?
I guess just not being involved that much into the faith, and then taking the step back.
Understandable. Religion's
And then-
pretty gay.
Yeah.
There's
And
a
I-
bunch of dudes preaching shit. That's
Oh my
pretty
God.
gay.
I guess so. I mean, they don't have experience with shit. They kind of get paid off of donations and kind of get their way through life. I mean, if that's your way you want to live, go for it. I'm not shitting on it, but I mean, objectively, that's kind of what you look like.
It's kind of what you...
Like, you're not making amends for your own or anything like that. You're just kind of getting paid or volunteering to do what you do and getting paid off of that.
Good. As long as you're okay with it, because there is so many rules that not a lot of people would actually be okay with that. Like the celibacy thing for sure. I could not go
They fucking
a
whack
day
it.
without masturbating.
They
definitely
fucking
whack it.
They definitely whack it?
They just keep it in private and
They
shit.
just forget.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh God, I'm so
They
sorry.
can confess
every
to
time.
themselves. Like,
And
what do
holy
you
shit,
think?
did it skyrocket child rape?
An emphasis on the holy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Did you see that there was a Louis C.K. short where he went to like different Catholic churches and he was like, oh, so tell me about how you guys live. And they're like, oh yeah, so our entire religion is just entirely based off fucking as many adolescent boys as we possibly can. And he's like, really? He was like, yeah, no one ever asked us that before, so we just wanted to like...
Low key, I'll tap in onto that. But
Okay.
like on a podcast I recently listened to, there was apparently like a priest that raped a bunch of kids, and then Pope Benedict appointed him to like a different district or some shit in like Europe, and then just got him away from all of that, and like kind of made it a fucking
Yeah.
didn't make it exist at all. Just fucking moved him on.
That's weird, the amount of power that popes control. The most recent pope was like, oh yeah, if you kill yourself now, that's like a momentary lapse of belief, so you're okay. They like look at it as like a point of insanity, so they don't see it as like real suicide. It's kind of weird how like they can change the goal lines of what gets you into hell these days.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good that they have the power, I guess, because I mean that gives.
I've got the power!
It's debatable, I suppose.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It is debatable. It just
It's
whatever makes them feel good.
The thing I am worried about is what you were saying with the conspiracy about the rapes and everything.
They just move people straight up.
I think isn't that insane? Because before like the early 2000s, people were like, oh, that's just a conspiracy. Like priests don't actually rape all those boys. And then when it came out, it was like, oh shit, they were really right about this, which
They
is
raped
really
a lot of boys. Did they
Yeah.
not?
I mean,
Girls were like altar servers too, right?
But the thing is,
They,
like,
I don't know why they went for guys. Yeah, that's a little weird. I guess easier. What do you think?
in the most objective way, alright, so in order to become a priest or whatever the fuck, in the most strict way of Catholic, you have to be a male. And if you're if you're an altar server or you're trying to become a priest, you're trying to do whatever it takes to quote unquote make it to heaven. I don't know what your heaven is. Everyone has their subjective way of what heaven is, but you want to get there for your afterlife. And if some dude has the authority over you and is dictating your afterlife or what your afterlife could be, I mean, straight up, if they tell you if you want to suck a dick or some shit, they're gonna find a manipulative way to get to that point. And they're much older than you, they've seen life more than you, so obviously they're gonna beat you to the angles or whatever you're trying to get to. They're gonna get you to that angle. I'm not saying that all priests are rapists, I'm not saying that all altar boys are gonna get raped, I'm just saying there's an objective way to look at these things. Psychologically, I don't know.
Psychologically, they have power, like, What was that president that got the blowjob at the
Fucking
Oval
Bill
Office?
Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Bill
He
fucking
obviously used his power to get an intern to suck his
In
dick.
the Oval fucking office.
In the Oval Office.
Monica Lewinsky I think she was a maid of.
No,
Monocle?
She was an
Monica
intern.
Lewinsky.
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, she was so.
Is that why Bill Clinton wore a monocle afterwards?
I don't think he ever wore.
Never wore. All right. Well, wrong precedent.
I wish this was filmed. Y'all could see the look of confusion on all our faces.
What? No. We also do want to state that, just because we're talking about all this rape and Catholicism doesn't mean, everyone has their beliefs. And, the rape of little boys doesn't actually, bring up, that's not the biggest point of Catholicism. We don't want to...
I was into the faith and I never got raped. I will
Yeah.
consent to that.
I never
It's
got
my
raped.
own view.
Not gonna hate on Catholicism. It advocates for some pretty cool shit.
I don't think all of Catholicism... I mean, there was that South Park episode where they did have that thing.
Yikes! Yeah. I mean, South Park will capitalize on anything that is controversial.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their audience, though. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, everyone has an audience. Our audience is literally anyone who listens to us, and we're just trying to... we're whoring ourselves out as
Totally.
much as possible.
That's why we try to get a huge variety in what we talk about. Hey, 25 views, we see you.
Hell
Love
yeah.
you guys.
Thank you for that last podcast views.
Yeah.
And I spilled a good bit of them. Again, it's hard to drink out of a pitcher. You'd be surprised.
You'd have to
I
picture this, guys.
Picture this guy.
Picture this.
That's Phil, our resident pun engineer.
I
Yeah.
just filled y'all in.
Yo.
The daily dose of Get Yo Phil.
Oh my. This
Not
is fantastic.
bad. Phil, take it away. The rest of the podcast.
Go for it.
I wish.
He should be...
That son of a bitch.
So I tell you, I wanted to actually change the layout of our podcast.
Oh,
And what I
do
wanted
tell.
to do was I wanted to go for a minimalistic design of just how much we have drank over a period. But then I realized I have to actually make some new technology for it, which is possible. I need a transmitter like a ping pong ball that would go down based on the level we drank. And I need a receiver at the bottom of our cups.
I'm good at receiving.
That would be cool.
It would be cool if I could make it, but
It
the thing
seems like a
is,
good visual aid that the audience would like.
the audience would really like, and you
Yeah.
guys would like. But just to understand right now, since we don't have it, we are drinking very constantly throughout this entire thing. You guys have no idea. I'm drinking out of a pitcher, and I'm giving some to Jeb, and Phil's drinking. He's
It's all I'm
already
now.
been drinking.
Y'all can drink along too. I mean, once we make this technology state of the art,
I'm sure drinking is the only thing that will make this shit listenable.
I mean, I want y'all to hear us while y'all work out, while y'all study, while y'all are whacking it, whatever have you.
Listen to us while you're looking at hentai, yaoi, whatever.
If y'all are
don't judge
weebos
here.
out there,
We
we
don't judge.
want to hear about y'all.
Hentai guys, pretty cool. Keep it up.
And to everyone I've met for actually most of my high school life, I masturbated to hentai, and ever since I went to college, I've graduated to actual
Actual
live
porn.
actual
With like
live action porn.
like 3D people.
with 3D people, which is weird because they're not as hot.
That's
you know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, no
Obviously.
one will ever be as hot as a literal drawing.
No one will
I suppose.
yes, that's
God,
for sure.
I hope our audience caters to fucking neckbeards that like hentai.
We already talked about anime, so I'm assuming they like.
There was a
hentai.
rapper anime that
Yeah.
decided to perform today at
The rapper was named Anime.
So me and Phil went to a
Impromptu concert, I guess.
impromptu concert in a way, and this is weird. So what I realized is, my current friends with benefit was texting me and
FWB.
FW. She
yeah,
was
let's shorten that one.
she texted me and tried to get me to the concert. I was like, I don't know, I kind of feel like staying in. And when Philip texted me and he was like, hey, you want to go to the concert? I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll go. So I guess I appreciate more of a friendship with Phil.
No homo.
No homo. It's
Yes,
very
homo.
important. Then I like fucking this. No offense to her, kind of like could be better in some ways, but you know.
talking about
it's-
your friends with benefits.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, she fills a role.
She
Oh.
fills.
She.
We should
gets Phil.
mention that Phil is not my friend with
Every
benefits.
time there's a
Fuck, I hope she doesn't hear this.
every time there's a Phil, you take a shot, guys. Just say.
Actually, I did talk to her, and she was like, she would be okay with going on a podcast with me, but
Yikes.
she goes on very big rants, and I I just want to bring her on the podcast just so I can bring like a girl's perspective on fucking, and that's it.
What kind of?
I listened to one Cumtown podcast.
Oh,
and-
Cumtown! Oh, that's
All right, okay,
fantastic.
guys. Yeah,
What's it-
shout out
that's-
to Cumtown. It's a wonderful podcast.
Spit what you got. I want to hear more about this Cumtown.
Yeah, Cumtown.
They brought their one of the guys on the Cumtown podcast. It comprises of 3 comedians, and one of them brought their friends with benefits on. It was mad awkward.
Really? So
the
I
whole
shouldn't
time.
do that. Okay.
I would advise against it. To be
Okay.
We
honest.
can edit out.
Edit
just
out
like just like
all
we're about to
of
do.
that.
section.
We're about to edit out this section, so it's all good.
We're gonna edit
fuck that
everything
bitch.
out. This is gonna be a 1-minute podcast of us saying our names.
We'll just
And
take
that's it.
we'll just take the value she has and cut it out.
Yeah,
Or not cut out the value she doesn't have, but cut out the value she does add to the podcast.
we'll only keep the boring Catholic segment on. Hope y'all like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the actual, because actually, I do want to say the reason that I actually thought that we would actually make good podcasts was one, because there was 3 people coming up to me at the time saying that, oh, you would make good podcasts, and it was 3 different people that I had different groups with.
Oh, good.
It was and
All from the same group.
and I was thinking like, hey, maybe I have a good voice for it. Maybe I'm just fucking loser enough that they can make fun of me during it. So
After hearing the recordings, you do have the best voice among us.
yeah, no, honestly, when I look, every time I talk, I sound like a little girl, but every time I listen to the recordings, I sound like
Such a man.
really.
Man.
I do. I'm like, wow, this is weird. This is why I do voice acting, guys.
Joseph
Just
does
because I
jack
have this.
off to the recordings of our
I do.
podcast.
I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Jeb is just so. But the other reason I didn't want to talk because every time, like I talk to these guys usually separately, and I had to bring them together. But usually separately, what happens with every one of our talks when we get drunk is we talk and we try to entertain each other, and while the entertainment goes along, we go into some more like I guess philosophical. It's philosophical. It's very.
Phil.
All right, guys, that's your daily Phil.
Phil.
You will not speak for the rest of the podcast. You're welcome.
Phil.
Go. I'm sorry. I'm good.
But philosophical
beautiful.
sounds like very pretentious, but you know, we're talking a little bit deeper than I guess how we usually talk about. And I think that bring us together. We actually bring out some good talks. And in our last podcast, we didn't bring out too many deep thoughts, but at the same time, we got drunk, and that's I think the main point of our Balls Back podcast. For sure, and I think we're doing a
We have to
pretty
make
good
sure
job.
we get our balls back with this one because we're all
Yeah.
3 shooting ping pong balls while we make this podcast, and I mean we're all gonna make them in our own ways. We just gotta make sure we get balls back.
That's a fantastic metaphor because I can never get my
Yeah.
balls onto a girl.
That's honestly not a bad metaphor. Get your fill out of life.
Get your fill of life.
Yeah.
Get
This
your
is what we
balls
should
back
be
on
doing.
life, dude. Get your balls back.
Honestly, fuck them. Get yours.
Get yours. Honestly, I think people should care about themselves a little bit more, right? I think
yeah.
people have a little bit too much anxiety, like, oh, I shouldn't worry about this person too much. Like, there's always that level where someone's an asshole where they bring themselves up too much, or like, I really don't want to talk to you. But I think for the most part, people should like talk to each other. Like, if you're at a bus stop, it's okay to talk to the person next to you.
Exactly. Talk to the checkout girl, you guys. Like, make a conversation. You might make a cool interaction out
Yeah.
there.
Even
Talk-
if you're not trying to hit on a girl, it's good to like actually interact with people.
Exactly. Hone your skills.
Hone your
and
skills
it's not
is
all
fantastic.
for like hooking up or anything. There doesn't have to be ulterior motives to all of this shit.
Just be a good person. Just be a fucking person all around.
Exactly. Be someone that you want to be. Like today. I'm not saying I'm a good person.
Right now, this guy, he knows everything about how to be a good person.
Exactly. I hold the skeleton key, motherfuckers.
He knows it. He knows it.
Yeah.
You don't have to take a pill and
Precisely.
Ibiza, guys. You just gotta
Take drugs. Take many drugs. I moved something out of the road that was blocking a lot of things to the exit of our apartment. It helped that some guy driving by gave me a thumbs up. It felt good.
Yeah.
If you see something like, hey, someone should do something about that, be the guy that does something about that.
And for all you Catholics out there, get a double dose of the Holy Ghost. I'm sorry.
Yeah, seriously. Priest dicks, you guys, pretty underrated.
Oh God.
Highly recommend it.
But it is good to do actually a good thing. Whenever I'm in a bad mood, I heard this great advice where whenever you're in a horrible, depressing mood, what you should do is like you should go up to someone and say hi, or like try and do something really nice to someone, and that really gets you in a better mood. And I totally recommend that.
Yeah. Helping someone else really pulls me out of a funk.
Dude,
For sure.
I don't know about y'all, but one thing that like gets me is like, all right, so like most of the people won't get this on this podcast, but unless you're a BoJack fan. But that BoJack episode where like everything goes wrong in his head and he's just shitting on himself.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can relate to that
fantastic.
so hardcore. Like,
Yeah.
So for those of you who didn't watch the episode, what happened during the episode was everything that he had a huge anxiety attack during the entire thing, where every time something went slightly wrong, he went into his own head and was like, "You're a fucking piece of shit." That was the title of it, "Fucking piece of shit."
That was the title?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that's
piece
perfect.
of shit. Yeah, and I thought that was
Yeah.
fantastic. Where he was like, "Everything you do, you're a piece of shit. You do so many bad things." And yeah, anyway, you were saying.
I was just gonna say, like, most of the times, like, in my head, when, like, I think negatively about someone, they tend to always prove me wrong in real life, and that just happens too many times, and then I feel more of an asshole about it. But you shouldn't feel like an asshole about it. You should, accept life for what it is, and, I guess that's where I was gonna go with that, not so much.
I think
That's
there was
good.
an article I read where it was, if you're surrounded by assholes, that probably means you're an asshole, and that means that you should
Honestly.
like be nicer to people, change your ways.
Yeah, I've heard a weird phrase before. It was probably on like Joe Rogan at one point.
Is it the
like,
sum of your 5 people?
No. It was like before you decide that like you're depressed and like your honest outlook on life is inherently negative, make sure you're not surrounded by assholes. Because there are a lot of cynical assholes in this world that will try to bring you down with their own mentality. Try to surround yourself with positive people. I know this might not be the role model podcast for that,
but I think that's really good because since the start of the semester, I've done a lot of self-improving. I've got myself away from a toxic friend. I've tried to get myself more positive outlook on life, where I try to just be, more friendly with everyone. Actually, there was a wonderful video that I slightly showed Phil of why Chris Pratt is so charismatic.
Shout out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
yeah,
put that.
Chris Pratt needs that
Oh, no.
sponsor.
Yeah, but the guy who actually made the video, he actually did a fantastic job of the 3 reasons why is because he entertains himself, and the way he entertains himself is entertaining to other people. And he's so
Yeah.
optimistic that even if someone was like, "Oh, so your first job was working at a burger shop, that fucking sucked, right?" He was like, "No, it was great. I had to roll around roller skates. It was fantastic. I had a fun time." So it's just if you're
Nice.
optimistic and you want to entertain other people. And there was another point, but I forgot. But just those 3 points really actually helped me, and I'm actually talking with a lot more people, and I actually feel a lot better. And I feel like without those things that I've learned, I wouldn't have actually been busy with the beer pong or the podcast, where I could actually like do something with my life and actually feel like I'm doing something, and it's fantastic.
And, like, not a bad shout out to all you assholes out there, because, I mean,
Because we know we have a lot of assholes.
A lot of
all y'all
assholes.
assholes fit the perfect piece in the puzzle. Y'all, like, obviously like to play somewhat of a devil's advocate and, like, make someone better. I mean, obviously that probably won't be your intention, but, like, assholes are necessary. You don't have to be one all the time, but, I mean, sometimes you do have to put your foot down and be the asshole. You can't just be not Mr. Asshole your whole life. You have to be an asshole at some point, whether it is... I don't know. Name some examples. I mean, you have to be an asshole at some
one
point.
point-
Like Hitler?
Something,
Yeah, he was an asshole.
Something that you stand up for will inconvenience somebody, and that is okay.
There's 7
Yeah.
billion people on this planet. You're gonna clash heads with one person. You can't,
At least.
at least.
There-
Even if you wanted eternal life, someone's gonna take you down. Anything you can all agree upon, someone's gonna take you down.
Someone
like-
will
We're taking more shots at religion, you guys.
There was a nice quote where I think it was the British Prime Minister at some
Winston
point.
Churchill?
Winston Churchill,
Yeah.
who said like, if you don't make any enemies, then you're not doing anything with your life. Like if you make enemies, good for you. That means you're standing up for something.
Honestly, yeah. If you have an opinion that matters to you, it will be polarizing to some people.
No matter, I think all of us, every single person has some very polarizing opinions, and we're trying not to be polarizing on this podcast just to get honestly, more people watching because we're
Yeah.
fucking whores, but
In the
We're gonna keep it broad enough so we get views.
broad enough. I mean, we went to religion, so we might.
in the great
That's a
words
good
of Katy Perry, I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything.
Woo!
But also, in the great words of Katy Perry, Philip, you are a firework. Go and make your colors work.
Whoa.
Did she get her fill?
She got. So one thing that I've been doing lately is I've been replacing all of my insults with compliments, and I think that's actually been working really well in a social setting because people still get like the joke of like, oh, that's kind of funny, but they're still like, oh, that's really nice,
Meta
thank
humor,
you.
isn't it?
Give us an example.
So we were at a concert earlier tonight, and I was talking to my friend with benefits, and Phil kind of felt like a little bit left out.
Third wheel.
He felt a little bit third wheel.
Yeah.
So I was talking to him, and I was like, hey, you're still beautiful no matter what. I'm talking to this girl. It doesn't matter. You're the most beautiful person
He
here.
cued the girl and just said the words to me.
Guys are closer than girls. What would you what would
To
girl
gender.
friends- what would you say?
I'd say that might be a bit of a generalization.
It is a bit of a
Yeah,
generalization.
I mean,
I'll be honest. Yeah.
That probably goes with the myth of I only have like guy friends. They're less complicated. It
Oh,
honestly
yeah, with
varies
girls.
from person to person. There will be friends that are more basic than others, but there will also be more friends that are genuine and will actually give you a discerning opinion, even if you don't want it at that point.
I mean, you're right. It's I think it's better to have opposing opinions, and I think that's where people grow from it. I think some people there's some groups, and I guess I was kind of wrong in saying it was just women, but I guess
No. Only guys are important. I
only
understand,
guys are
Joe.
important.
Yeah.
You're right. In different groups where you have different opinions, because I know in this group I definitely have a different opinion with Jeb on politics. I definitely have a different opinion on Phil with philosophy. And I think we grow closer from that, from understanding it.
You're able to see both sides.
Yeah.
There's too many people that go into a debate with, hey, I'm going to change this person's opinion, rather than, maybe I can give this person some perspective or nuance or how they feel about something.
Closer we'll get to political thing.
Without
is
mentioning
right here.
names or
Without
parties.
mentioning names or party. I think the main political system we have is everyone thinks that the other side is completely evil, and they're like just completely wrong, and they don't listen to that. So when I say everyone, obviously I don't mean everyone. I think like the main parties, and they don't want to listen to the other side. And I think that's bad. If you think the other side is evil just for thinking differently than you, then that's really shit.
Yeah, really broaden your horizons,
Yeah.
guys.
If you think Trump is evil just for being Trump, fuck you. If you think Trump is fantastic, absolutely the perfect president in every way just for being him, then also fuck you.
Holy shit, read a book.
You know?
You can have two thoughts and like I don't know how to explain it, but like if you're alt-right, you can also be right and say fuck right. I mean the alt-right, but if you're left, you can also say fuck the alt-left. If that makes any sense, or if you want to cut it out, you can say fuck both to the alts. That's all I'm
Exactly.
trying to say. You can say fuck Antifa and fuck white supremacists, but still be in that left and right scenario. That's all I'm
you're
trying
right.
to say.
Fuck both of those losers, honestly.
Actually, I think there's a psychological study, and I'm sorry for bringing this up,
Why?
because I'm a fucking loser.
It's
That's
interesting. Guys, we have facts now.
Fuck Floyd.
We'll cite this study in the
No,
details.
so this doesn't seem like it pertains, but I'll explain why it pertains. But there's a psychological study which shows that. Do you guys know about the love experiment? I'll ask you guys that.
No, what does that consist of?
The love experiment, what happens during the love experiment is they get two people who are single and heterosexual, and they get those people to ask certain questions that the researchers already filled out, and they take
Is it
turns.
to build attraction?
Yeah, they take turns asking each other these questions because the hypothesis that these people had was love is based off of understanding the other person and feeling safe in the other person's presence while also giving your full self. So these questions get really deep into
Sounds really
themselves.
nice.
Yeah, exactly. So these questions get really deep into the personality of each and every single person that takes the test. And at the end, after they sell the questions and sell their answers, the two people look into each other's eyes for a good 2 minutes, which if you haven't looked into another person's eyes for 2 minutes, it's a long ass fucking time.
It's
that
very,
is
like-
disarming.
That's
Like
Honestly.
intimate and like almost the equivalent of
Yeah.
seeing someone naked, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's some bullshit like
It's
that.
Even more so.
it's
say.
even more.
you
so.
see their soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrifying, and but they like force it.
We sound like the least intimate people.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. I saw them.
But it's But like looking into each other's eyes for 2 minutes it's scary. But they force them to do it afterwards. So and these are statistics I'm kind of bringing out my ass, and I'll try and bring up the actual study so you guys can look at the actual statistics. But it's a very high number. But from what I understand, it was over 95% of the people who did this study actually started a relationship with the other person,
Whoa.
and said after a year that they were actually in love with the person.
Holy shit.
And the other 5% said that they actually had like a really good friendship with the other person and really respected them.
Yeah.
So,
I feel bad for them. No, I'm
That's-
just kidding.
so,
That's interesting.
so from what I got from that study is I think every person can actually get to know each other, even with any political differences. I think there's a basic level of just understanding a person, and that we're all kind of this. We're all
have to be
kind of a
human.
person. Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
human.
Before you're like any white, fucking black, fucking Asian, whatever the fuck, you're human. Just know that shit before.
Hashtag Phil.
Hashtag Phil thoughts.
Hey, I'm just saying, like you're human.
When you're
before
everything.
shit.
When you're Phil.
Well,
Yeah, sorry guys. Phil's our resident everything token.
Everything.
Phil,
He's
what is your
fantastic.
descent?
I'm too many things, so I vouch
I mean,
for
we already talked
everyone.
about this. Yeah.
Did we in the first part?
We definitely talked about his descent.
Oh, okay. Never mind, guys. Sorry for
Never mind.
retreading that ground.
We'll edit this. What? Hi,
No, we
Joseph.
won't edit this. This is sticking
Hey.
in. This is in.
Hi,
This is good
Joseph. That's
content.
editing,
This is good.
editing this. We want you to hear this, Joe.
Thank you, because I have to listen to this like 3 times when I'm editing this, so I'm gonna have a fun time.
Yeah, I feel that the fact that everyone can get along with each other kind of subscribes to the every person is kind of gray at the end of the day. What do you really subscribe to, Joseph? You subscribe to like the gray black theory, huh?
Okay, so
All right,
I have
please
a
explain
really
it
weird.
first, actually.
So I have an understanding that everyone can get along with everyone, but I also think that people are inherently selfish. So
Oh, that's true.
there's
Without a doubt.
So there's a moral understanding, at least on if you ever go to TV tropes, which I entirely recommend if you want to waste an entire weekend. It's
Good website.
fantastic. But there's a morality that they have where there's black and white, which is very understandable. There's good or there's evil. There's black and gray where there's evil. There's bad and there's okay people. There's white and gray where there's either people that are trying to do their best but still kind of looks evil, and then there's also people
Looks
that
evil. Does he have a scar or something?
yeah. Like most people most villains from movies are like, I'm just trying to make the world a better place kind of thing, and they're kind of gray.
There are way too many people that are like, it'll be like a phoenix and the world will rise from the ashes.
yeah.
Very lame, guys. Stop
But-
falling for that trope.
Yeah. But what I think is that even though that no, it's fine. It's for the podcast.
It's a pod!
It's a pod. It's a
Save
pod.
it for the pod.
Save it for. We've been using
Guys,
that.
yeah, there's
joke.
been way too many conversations
What?
where we get into something slightly interesting and we'll be like, you know what? Save it for the pod.
I mean, we say it as a joke, but we actually have to write that down on note cards each time.
But we do save it. Yeah,
We do
honestly, let's carry note cards around with us.
Yeah, because we have saved a
will.
lot of stuff for the pod that isn't involved in any way in the pod.
Yeah,
we
don't
haven't even written
incorporate
it down.
shit.
But to finish my thoughts, so I do think that people actually get along with each other, but I do think the world is a little gray and black, where I think people are inherently selfish, and I think the people that are actually doing good are kind of inherently doing stuff that are good just so that they can be selfishly think of themselves as being good people.
Exactly. I don't like to use the term, but virtue signaling does come to mind.
Oh, for sure. I think that's
I'm gonna
most
take
of
a
the
piss
world.
real quick, you guys.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna take a little break, which is great because I also have to take a piss. Come
Yeah.
back to us next time, Jeb, and we'll talk about your piss.
Sounds great. Hello.
Oh, wow, okay, I guess you're the host. We'll take it from there.
Alright, guys. Hey, Johnny BP here. I'm here slaying mad puss. Honestly, what is sex, guys? Do y'all, like, push your butts together or, like, spit in each other's mouths?
No, what you do is you wait for a stork to come in. You just, like, hold each other, and the stork has a signal where it just comes in and gives you a baby.
Oh, that makes
every college kid has a shit ton of storks. We just usually throw them in a dumpster. You know.
Holy shit.
We cut their wings off.
It's pretty shitty.
Seriously, fuck babies. This is the anti-baby podcast. We
don't
like kids. Alright, we may have to edit out that. That might be...
No.
Well, yeah.
We're not getting into anything political. Most people hate kids. Even people with kids hate kids.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, unwanted pregnancies are usually frowned upon.
I frown upon my own. If I had a kid, I'd be like... even if it was a wanted pregnancy, I'd be like...
Yeah, honestly, guys, I frowned upon my own birth. I'm surprised my parents were like, yeah, let's keep this thing.
I didn't ask to be born or anything.
Exactly.
Did you use that argument against your dad at one point?
I
didn't ask to be born.
He's a lawyer and I still win.
Yeah,
you
what
still
the fuck? Yeah, I've met too many kids with, like, lawyer parents that have trouble arguing with said parents.
Because they're just done arguing. They don't even care about anything anymore.
That's a good point. What is your dad like, Phil?
He's awesome. I know, Mr. Mr.
Wait,
Naughty.
is he at the tailgate that we go to?
Yeah.
At our college that we tailgate.
We tailgate guys. We're cool. So we just want to put that in.
Go on.
Jed's been tailgating with us just this semester 2 times, and he understands.
With the
I'm pretty cool.
He knows it.
He's cool enough. You have to be this cool to go to our tailgate.
This cool, and it's very
Wait till
low.
the premium. We'll show how far Philip put his hand up.
There's so much things for our premium that we're not gonna...
We're waiting for them
premium,
subscribers,
guys.
so just hit that like button.
Hit that
if
like.
you will.
Honestly, guys, like us and subscribe.
You can dislike us and we'll be happy that you gave us a notification.
Maybe you guys have heard of Squarespace.
What? I actually... Tell us about that.
Bullshit.
I've heard of it. I don't understand anything about it. Spit.
I'm not gonna advocate for this fucking site.
But you can spit for it.
It's just not that that we sponsor them. They're a website that
They're a sister website.
Exactly.
We made them.
They're a website that makes it quite simple to make your own website.
Is that it?
Like GoDaddy?
Or
Go Mommy?
Yeah. Who was fucking disappointed when GoDaddy wasn't porn?
Danica Patrick?
Danica Patrick was disappointed.
She was porn.
Danica Patrick?
I don't think
she's
she
pretty
was.
cute. I'd have to see a picture of Danica Patrick recently to decide on that.
Let's we'll get him one. You guys won't see it on the podcast, but we'll totally get him one.
Yeah, over the still image of beer pong cups, we will put a picture of Danica Patrick. Not bad.
Don't put that much pressure on me to edit. This is a lot of work.
Joseph will edit it.
Okay.
With Danica Patrick nude.
Thank you guys.
So send nudes.
Easy.
We will send y'all nudes.
We just want to put.
This is her with a dog. It's really cute.
I don't know if I'd fuck her or the dog.
Honestly, Danica. Yeah, I'd fuck that dog.
Oh, you broke my
Joseph,
phone.
could you get a less shitty phone?
You guys aren't looking at this anymore. Fucking. I just threw the phone.
I know y'all aren't premium, but Joseph just threw his phone across the room.
I'm done with this shit.
He's our resident bad boy.
I am. I'll take it.
Just saying, if y'all have a Christmas gift coming from Granny, y'all can get a yearly subscription to Balls Back. Just saying.
We'll take your granny's blowjob as payment.
Tell that bitch to take out her dentures, and then she can blow us.
Is that like Yes Man, where the guy was like, "Oh, I really don't want to get a blowjob from this girl,"
like Yes
and then
Man.
it's fantastic. It's the best blowjob he ever got.
We support jilfs over
Honestly,
here.
yeah,
and their what's it called? Social security checks. We support that.
Anything. We'll take all your money.
Yeah.
And all the blowjobs.
Yes Man's not a bad litmus test how to live your life.
Yes Man
Jim
is
Carrey,
actually
dude.
fantastic, right?
I haven't seen the whole movie. I know Zoe Deschanel is in it.
Do you know the ending? Where the
No,
whole
how does it-
the whole
Spoiler alert.
spoil it doesn't matter. So I mean, it's been out for like over 10 years. or
Assuming
something
everyone's
like that.
seen this movie.
I assume some people haven't seen it
Yeah.
because Jim Carrey hasn't been very active.
He's a fantastic actor in very serious movies that he's been.
Honestly, yeah, he does have chops,
Yeah.
acting chops for dramatic roles.
Truman Show, the one
Dumb and
where
Dumber.
the memory thing. Dumb and Dumber is not like a serious thing.
Spotless Mind,
Yeah,
Eternal Sunshine,
Eternal
of the Spotless
Sunshine of the
Mind.
Spotless
Mr.
Mind is
Popper's
fantastic.
Penguins.
His real chops.
Jeez. But anyway, at the end of Yes Man, I almost forgot. At the end of Yes Man, it was the guy who told him that saying yes to everything would lead to a better life. He was like, no, saying yes to everything won't lead to a better life. I was just trying to help you guys. Like, if you guys have anxiety, like, you guys should say yes more. And I was just trying to do that. That was it.
Yeah, I guess the moral was be a bit more open-minded, but there is some shady shit there.
There's like a 80 to 60% chance you could say yes, and the remainder no.
To many things, especially if you have anxiety. Oh, what?
That's pretty dicey, you guys. Careful.
50-50, guys.
He knows.
Honestly, yeah, that's good enough.
He's an engineer. He knows his problem.
Yeah,
At least I would assume so.
Calculated risk, guys. Calculated risk.
Yeah, he took a statistics class at one point.
60% of the chance, or 60% of the time, it'll work every time. "Quote unquote" Paul Rudd.
And that's an actual fact. That's
If you're
for sure.
only in, and only if you're wearing a Sex Panther.
Sex Panther is.
It works 60% of the time, all the time.
Go
yeah,
on.
guys, watch Dodgeball. Good movie.
That's not Dodgeball.
It's not Happy
That's
Gilmore.
Anchorman, guys. Watch Anchorman. Good
Watch
movie.
Anchorman. I'm fucking
Mad save right there.
That's it. I can't go. This guy actually knows about a lot of movies. Can't you tell? He watches anime. I mean, I think he spends most of his life.
It's the
with that.
greatest artist I've ever heard.
I will be your resident anime watcher. Joseph will chime in. He also watches anime at times.
Every now and then. I don't have specific. I only watch.
He's actually addicted to.
I only watch Yuri. Sometimes Yaoi if I'm into. No. Oh, so
Whatever, girls.
Have you ever been to like MechaCon or like an anime
No,
convention?
I've only been to like Comic-Con.
Okay, so one time I went to MechaCon and I was cosplaying. I might get into it later.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm gonna feel really bad about this, but
I can't
I
wait.
cosplayed as Rick.
All right,
Oh, you piece of shit!
everyone that listens to this, Joseph was the forerunner for Rick. He was Rick before Rick was Rick. I will vouch for him.
He does think he's much better than all of you.
No. So the only reason is because after the first season of Rick and Morty, I introduced Rick and Morty to all of my friends at college, and they all loved it. And I was like one of the few people to actually cosplay as him during the event. And anyway, that was fantastic because whenever everyone was like, "Oh, you're Rick," and all I did was like flick him off, was like, "Fuck you," and they're like, "Oh, that's a Rick thing. He gets me."
Yeah, you do get a card on being an asshole
Yeah.
for free.
There's a lot of people that want to take a picture with me, and honestly, that by itself was fantastic. But every time I usually like flick them off, and I was like, "Fuck you," and they're like, "Thanks, dude. You're great."
Oh, that's so Rick.
And I was like, "Oh man." No, the only bad time that happened was there was like a kid that he looked like he was like 8 or 7. And he was like, "Oh, you're Rick." No, he actually said, "Oh, you're Morty from Rick and Morty." I'm like,
What?
"No, I'm Rick. I'm more handsome than my little fucking grandson." Fucking.
Holy
And then I
shit.
noticed that
old
his
is this
mom was
kid?
like right next to him. I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said fuck too much," but he gets it.
He got carried away with his Rickroll, you guys.
Yeah, but
He got Rickrolled.
he got but the reason I brought this up is because while I was it was MechaCon in New Orleans, and there was actually an old man. He was about in his 70s. He looked really sweet. But then you looked at what he was selling. He was selling yaoi. And for those of you who don't know what yaoi is, it's
I
gay.
am in Jewish.
All our Jewish listeners.
I mean Hebrew.
It's yaoi is gay hentai with men, and he was like
gay with men.
Yeah, isn't
Wow,
that it?
nuts.
You're the hentai guy. You would know.
Oh yeah, resident
explain it.
hentai guy.
Explain
No,
did I get it right?
No, you got it totally right. I was just being a dick about the oxymoron of gay with men.
Why are you a dick to me? That hurts.
Okay, guys. Resident also piece of shit. Here chiming in. Yeah, Yahweh is gay hentai with men.
So it's not I am in
Instant
No.
messaging.
No, sadly no.
Oh.
What's
okay.
I am?
Well, I
Instant
guess
messaging, yeah.
I have to leave this conversation.
Thank you, Joseph.
I know what he's trying to talk about.
I know what
I
AOL is. Cool. It's cool. You can block me. That's cool.
No, dude. Let's do AOL instant message. Let's send each other dick pics.
I have a MySpace, dude. I can keep this going on.
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't send each other dick pics. We should
I
send
will
each
not
other
deter
Yowie
y'all.
pics.
Yowie pics.
Yowie
Where am I
pics.
Don't go
sure?
on with what you want.
Yeah.
I kid.
I never had a MySpace. That had like a lot of customization involved, right?
Was it better than Facebook? Because I've never been on MySpace.
Nah.
Oh, our...
Not so I've heard. We're moving our screen so you don't hear
God.
our P's.
No, well, yeah, there's a screen that we have for our mic that just fell down. It could be because we're drunk. It could be because gravity. I don't know.
Fuck gravity, dumb
Fuck.
bitch.
Fuck gravity.
Yeah, I mean, what do we even use it for? Can we just get rid of it, guys? Petition here. It starts. Get rid of gravity. It's
This is
lame.
where it starts, guys. We're a flat Earth anyway, so
Yeah, grassroots
I
as
think
fuck.
we're fine.
Drink break.
Yeah, we're just gonna take there's so much vodka in this that I just need to take a.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Joseph is really badass.
How am I badass?
He drinks
Explain.
so much vodka.
So, if you guys couldn't tell, we drink a lot of vodka, club soda, mainly because a lot of us are going on diets trying to stay away from carbs too much.
Yeah, we're really healthy, but we're also incredibly intoxicated at this point.
Yeah, so I
You
guess
could also say we're rushing it.
Woo! Rush. Whoa! We
Rush.
got it.
Yeah, that works on a couple levels, considering like Greek life.
Oh shit, we are
mean
Greek,
Russian life?
technically.
Honestly, yeah. Once we held our beta psi as in our beer pong club party, we got a bit into the Greek mindset at that point.
Yeah, I think Jeb was supposed to introduce everyone at the door, but when he was busy one time,
Yeah.
I had to introduce myself, and I was like,
Multiple
so who do you
times.
know here? And I mentioned it as like, oh, who do you know here? Like, it's good to get to know you. But they took it as like, oh gosh,
Yeah.
we need to know.
Yeah, it came across as a who the fuck do you know here and why do you belong here?
I was like, oh, I felt like an asshole.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Going. Keep it up, guys.
Okay, so Phil, how's your beard doing? I see that.
My beard?
Your beard looks wonderful. Are you gonna shave it at any time?
I trimmed it last week. If you didn't notice.
I didn't
before
notice.
the party. Oh well.
I'm sorry.
I paid $7 for that.
It wasn't worth it.
Well, I'll make sure I trim the whole thing next time.
I mean, if I remember in high school. I mean, in high school we couldn't actually really have any beards or anything.
We had mutton chops.
Mutton
But that still actually was not a thing, I kid.
We couldn't have too much hair. We were me and Phil were at a very
We had to shave our
Fuck.
pube hairs every Tuesday.
Yeah, they checked our pubes. It
Yeah.
wasn't actually as horrifying as you thought because they touched my penis and I was like, wow, that's cool.
And they actually
Alright, I
didn't
just
touch our
chimed
pubes.
back into this conversation. What the fuck did I miss?
We're talking about how people look at our pubes. How did be? Okay,
Said people.
tell
Go
me-
You're
on.
just lucky if you had good girl homeroom teachers that were able
That
to
were-
check your pubes.
Yeah. But
Who
in
the
all,
fuck are we talking
so we
about?
were joking about that, but I want to get your honest opinions on pube hairs. Jeb, what do you have to say about, like, do you shave them? Like, how often do you do it? Like, what's up?
I shaved them very recently, so I'm guess a bit biased at this point. But when it gets to the point that it's like an Amazon, I'd say shave them. Even
An
if you're
Amazon.
not, yeah, even if you're not getting laid at that point, shave them. It's honestly for self-respect.
It's self-respect. It's not honestly too much more comfortable to shave them, but like you give them like 3 days
Honestly,
and they're fine.
Yeah, if you have an electric razor, I'd say just go for it. Also, it makes your dick look bigger.
Yeah, it does. If you shave it the right way, which is it's really hard to shave it the wrong way. Honestly.
Yeah, I have nicked my balls while shaving before. Guys, it's traumatizing while you nick your balls while shaving, but still worth it to have some clean balls.
It's honestly not that traumatizing. I think Jeb's being a little bit of a pussy. But,
I'm sorry. I'm being over dramatic about my balls being nicked by a razor. How dare I?
No, it just feels like you're cutting your skin like when you're regularly shaving like your face or something.
I'm sorry, guys. Joseph cuts himself every night, so it really doesn't matter what he feels. Do
Gosh.
not use him as a litmus test for pain.
You're completely right. Phil, tell us yours while we can get away from this killing subject so I don't have to put it in the description again.
I want the next hour to be about self-harm.
When they're shaved, I call them Rufus from Kim Possible.
Woo!
The naked
Guys,
mole rat.
We got naked mole rats up in this bitch.
No, I mean,
I think it's
I
beautiful.
just shave them when I feel like it. If I feel like I'm gonna get into action, fuck yeah, I'll do it a week in advance. You know, use
week
your-
in
Oh, weekend advance.
How often,
You'll be
like,
prickly at that point, my man.
what kind of action do you get where a girl can call you, like, a week in advance?
I mean, if I
Tell
like,
you?
if we're talking and I know we're gonna like talk, like if I know I'm gonna see them, then I'll shave it a week in advance. But if I don't,
I want to
I'll
fuck
keep it.
you a week from now.
It won't be like fuck, but
Girls will text
I mean,
you that
I've
night.
definitely been into that with, like, friends with benefits. If they're on their period, I can understand that.
That's a good point.
But I guess if it's, like, a new person,
yeah, no, just
Joseph
don't
doesn't
worry
meet
about
new
it. Just
people.
don't worry about it.
I just stick with the same group of people each time. I fuck Jeb and I fuck Phil on the side.
Yeah. When Joseph's not fucking with his friends with benefits, he's fucking with us. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, she needs to actually improve a little bit. I'll give her that.
Yeah. Isn't, I mean, pillow talk, that's a concept of friends with benefits. That's important.
We pillow talk.
About what?
Nothing actually. We don't pillow talk.
Yeah, that's a fucking shame.
No, but she's kind of a dead. The thing is, like, my friends with benefit is a sub, and if you didn't get it from our first podcast,
Our first podcast.
it's not my, it's my pod. But if you didn't get if you didn't get from our first podcast, I'm very much a sub. So we're both very much just like hoping one of the other takes the lead, and it just doesn't work out. But at the same
I
time,
guess you shall
we're
take
pretty
turns at that point.
yeah, no, that happened with my there was one girl over the summer that I fucked off of Tinder, and she was really cool because we both took turns. Like, we were both subs, but we both took turns, and we agreed, like, yeah, we should keep this up, and it would be like a very casual thing. But at the start of the semester, she stopped talking to me, and she's in like 2 of my classes, and it's really awkward. Every time I see her, I'm like, she's just honestly the best fuck I've ever had.
Ah, what a shame.
Right?
Have you actually spoken to her about the awkwardness yet?
I haven't. I feel like I could, but like at the same. Oh God, she
How
was
big
just
is the class?
great. It was one class like 150, the other class
Holy
like
shit.
100.
Okay.
Is there any eye contact?
There's like I said hi to her like the first few times, and it just seemed like I don't know
She
if I was
respond?
awkward the first time or something.
What did she do to the high?
She said just hi very awkwardly, in like an awkward way of like I'm just saying hi so I can get past you kind of
It's
way.
like, bitch, we've seen each other. Like, you know what the fuck's up.
Yeah. and
This
then,
is what Phil does with past fucks.
I'm just saying.
I know, like, I wasn't too bad with sex because, as I said a little bit in the first podcast, I last very long to the point where I can usually give a girl multiple orgasms just for lasting a good time. Not even through skill. I just, like, last
No,
a
it's
long
through Joe's
time.
magical cock.
My magical cock makes them go. But just lasting a long time, I can usually, like, after a while, at least get them to actually have some fun with it. And she even said, like, you got me off, like, the second most times. And I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Apparently,
Not bad. Not bad.
not bad. Yeah, which...
Yeah, honestly, listeners to the podcast, fuck Joe.
Yeah, apparently I'm a sex god. So,
Alright, our friend... Alright, guys.
our Uncle Odin.
We will call him Uncle Odin. He has a real name, I promise.
This is all of our Uncle Odins. He's all of our uncles. That's a fact.
I'm so sorry, Joseph.
No.
It's just editing work.
So, no, it's fine. So Uncle Odin, who fucks everything and apparently gives every girl an orgasm.
Multiple orgasms.
Okay, so if you guys can, we have our Uncle Odin, yeah,
Thank you, Phil.
who talks so much about fucking so many fucking girls, and he honestly fucks a decent amount of girls, so I won't berate him too much on that, but he doesn't fuck, like, every single girl that he talks about, and he's always like, oh yeah, and they all fucking love it, and they're fantastic, and it's great, and we all know he's
Classic case of a one-upper.
Yeah, honestly, if you tell a story about like hitting on a girl or fucking a girl, he will instantly come in with a story about how he one-ups you.
Yeah.
I think we all have a friend like that, you guys.
I feel bad because he does want to do the podcast with us. A lot of people want to do the podcast with us.
Yeah, we have multiple clients at this point. You guys line up.
I even have a
It's
teacher
a-
that said he'd pass me if he'd go on the podcast.
Wait,
but
sorry?
maybe
Yeah.
I'm just one-upping y'all.
Oh, you got it.
Phil is better than all of you.
Shut the fuck up.
So y'all know.
Yeah, that's what I tell you. So, for Beer Pong Club, I have a project management class that I take, and I've actually been using some of the stuff that they teach us in project management to, like, actually manage the project of, like, planning a party for Beer Pong Club. And I honestly want to go to him and tell him after the end of the semester, like, you've been helping me so much, like, you have no idea. And I really hope he doesn't ask me, like, oh, so what club did I help you with? Because
Yeah, something very fruitful.
that'd be terrible.
I mean, honestly, I think professors respond well to any positive feedback.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty, because he's been a college kid at one point.
They're
yeah.
just
Well, there you
older
go.
versions of us. That's the best way you gotta look
Yeah,
at it.
I mean-
they're grown-up kids. I mean, maybe with better life choices, maybe with, like, different life choices, but they're grown-up
Yeah.
versions of us.
Me and Phil both hold this mentality that grown-ups do not exist.
We're
They're just grown-up kids.
Oh, it's just you
Man-child.
guys. I guess I'm not involved
Oh,
with
okay.
this. Thank you.
Joseph
Don't
can...
rope me into this. You already said I'm not.
No, it's okay. Joseph can insert his mentality at any time.
Hey
Go
guys,
on.
I'm a host, so I know most about this.
He can dominate the,
I can't dominate anything. People can dominate.
Oh yeah, guys. Anybody out there who's looking for a decent sub, hit up Joseph.
And we're not talking about, Subway or, Domino's.
We're talking about people that like to dominate their sexual partners.
It's so bad because I am very actually attracted to a lot of girls I talk to, but each one I'm like, but you're not really a dominant personality, and
Yeah, it's weird. Joseph unironically does find the beauty in most people that he speaks to.
Any
I do,
CEO ladies or boss ladies out there, hit my nigga Joe up.
I could really use
saying.
your
We're
help.
gonna have to remove nigga from the podcast.
I think that's fine. He's a you're
Token.
African in some ways.
Yeah.
There we are. We'll-
African enough.
We'll remove my nigga, but we'll keep.
Nigga.
As long as you don't
Damn
use
it.
your R's, or R. It's not
Oh
hard
yeah,
R Friday.
no hard R's. You hear us,
probably have
PewDiePie?
to edit
Because
that
I know you're listening.
Oh my gosh, that was awful. For those of you who didn't see PewDiePie say it, he said it in a fit of rage, and he said the hard R, and it was really bad.
You
I
never
mean,
drop the R, dude.
in my
you never
opinion-
drop the R.
It clearly didn't come from a racist place. He's clearly just a dumb, sheltered, autistic gamer.
Yeah, he's
That has
a
He's
no
gamer.
made
other
so much
solve.
fucking money too. Like,
There
you
let
are.
me get on the I'm sorry I have to get on the PewDiePie tangent,
Okay,
but I
that's
just
fine.
don't know enough about PewDiePie for the whole spiel with his downfall, with the quote unquote word, and everything that's got him up to that point. If that's cool. If y'all
Thing
can
is,
spit.
he's actually a really cool guy. Like, he actually says some
Someone
legitimate
ate his
stuff.
ass hairs. I'm cool with that.
Someone, yeah. So, Jeb, did you see
What?
me and Phil watched? There was a human cake episode of Filthy Frank. I hope you guys watched
Oh,
it.
I
Shout
have
out.
seen the human cake
The
episode.
human cake.
That's fucking
Yeah, they took
revolting.
PewDiePie's ass hairs, and I recommend that to everyone. I think it's a fantastic way if you ever want to like make close friends with someone. Watch that with them, unless they're like a girl. They won't understand. I showed it to my friends with benefit. I don't think she liked it too much.
She doesn't seem to be fond of many things.
She's a very basic white girl.
Fucking boring.
Yeah, she wanted to get on the podcast, and I was like, but you kind of just ramble about.
Ask
No,
her what she thinks about pumpkins. You know what? No, I'm not.
Pumpkin spice lattes. Hey, we're getting into that fall season.
No,
This is a topical podcast.
yeah, exactly. So, what do you think about pumpkin spice?
Dude, the
I've
PL
never actually had pumpkin
Almost
spice.
PSL,
nothing.
dude? Have you ever
Yeah.
had a PSL?
I've never
Honestly,
had.
no.
A
You obviously have
spice.
not lived till you've put two hands on a PSL Grande.
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 And
I
then
can't roll my
sipped
R's,
into
shit.
it.
Oh!
Okay, Joseph, put the tongue at the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
Breathe.
Up to your palate, like those are the
Yeah, it's not working.
inbreds. If you're from inbred descent, you can do it.
It's not autistic to not roll your arms.
No, it's okay. He's retarded.
Yeah.
Joseph will start flailing.
Thanks, guys. I'm not self-conscious right now.
No, it's okay that our host is autistic.
This is why I failed Spanish, because people like you.
Did you even take Spanish?
I did! I used to take Spanish.
He did his best.
You were a Latin.
I took Spanish in middle school, then I went to Latin. And so what I did in Latin, I could tell this honestly because I'm not in the class anymore. So I cheated on every possible thing I could.
And he could interpret Gravity Falls.
No, the thing is, the only time one of our teachers actually called us out on, like, cheating, there was some teacher who went to class was like, I've heard that there's some people, like, cheating in this classroom.
How odd.
And all he did, he walked around the classroom and was like, oh, no one's cheating, but every single one of us had, like, a piece of paper under it of all the translations on the test, which was fantastic.
Had there not been a such thing as cheating, one of my friends would not make it to a senior year level of pre-med, and I would have not passed college calculus.
I think I know
Yeah,
exactly.
shout out, guys. Cheating
Shout out
is
to all the
really
cheaters.
cool.
If you can pull it off, if you're not a loser.
Yeah.
Good point.
I actually always thought, for me personally, I'm always okay with people cheating unless you're caught, in which case I'd be like, fuck this guy twice over.
Yeah, honestly, you're a shitty cheater if you get caught.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you get caught cheating, but if you pull if you pull people down with you,
We're starting, guys. Phillips mixed, so he can say it.
You can say anything. Okay, you were saying, sorry.
if you pull someone down with you or some bullshit, or you got the test, or like someone else made the answer sheet, then you're a piece of shit. But if you pull it down with yourself, stay man enough, there's gonna be better days.
Yeah, have good cover, you guys.
Yeah, seriously, it's like cheating is fantastic in whatever you do as long as you don't get caught. That's a thing, I would say.
Even No, I'm just kidding.
No, not.
No, don't cheat on a relationship.
Yeah, guys, fuck up your relationships.
Let's talk about this.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
All right, we got another topic coming.
Another cop coming in. He's gonna tell.
Fucking pigs.
So, what do you guys think about cheating in relationships? Because I know two people who have cheated on their relationships. They're very open about it, and whenever I talk to them about it, they said, "Oh, I feel like you're kind of going down on me." I'm like, "Yeah, because you fucking cheated on the person."
Did our friend Uncle Odin say anything like this?
Uncle Odin said what he did was, the girl that he fucked, the reason that she had sex with him the first time was because she cheated on her boyfriend at the time.
So it's a lot of, like, pseudo fucking meaning at this point.
It depends where you're at in the relationship, I feel, and then, like, I don't know. Like, how far and what you're established with, and, like, quote-unquote what your label is. Because, I mean, I feel like you can date a bunch of people, you can have a quote-unquote friends with benefits with a bunch of people or whatever, but you also have to, like, I don't know. Y'all can go with what y'all got, but that's all I'm saying.
I think if you're starting a relationship, like, if you say, like, mutual. I'm, like, your boyfriend and girlfriend, or girlfriend and girlfriend and boyfriend and boyfriend, we want to involve everyone
fucking
in this podcast.
Gay.
But if you're at that point where you're in an official relationship, I'd say the main reason when you're at the relationship is because that you wouldn't want to have sex with anyone else. Like, the reason that I want to start a relationship with my previous ex was because I was at a party and I was like, oh, I don't actually want to have sex with someone else. So I was like, oh, I'll totally, yeah, I guess that's good. I guess we'll start a relationship.
Do not start a relationship on that premise.
Is that not a good?
Apparently, it's not healthy.
Yeah, it didn't work out for me.
First-hand account right here, motherfuckers.
You're right.
Yeah, honestly, if y'all are fucking neckbeards trying to find some advice, use us as a cautionary tale.
No, as a amazing tale, because we're
amazing
bachelors.
Yeah,
and we
every single
many
interaction that we have results in fucking
just like Uncle Odin,
just like Uncle
Odin walks through campus and has sex with every single girl that he sees.
In the bathrooms, in the classrooms,
really hard
everywhere.
for him. He has to deny women every single
The
day.
Norse god of having sex.
Yeah, he tried to have sex. He tried to like take a test, but like there was too many girls having sex with him that
in
he
his
was
pants.
just like he failed. That was a problem.
Lonely Island
Poor
style.
fucking guy.
Yeah, I feel bad for Uncle.
I wouldn't feel bad for
I feel
Uncle
that
Odin.
guy literally drowning.
If I could dump my
pussy.
load every time like that, no, I'm just kidding.
But I do feel like
No, I'm just kidding. Drowning my load. Lame.
I do feel I have absolutely no sympathy for the people who cheat in relationships unless it's an open relationship. But
not at all.
I still think open relationships are kind of wacky. But it's better to have sex with someone outside a relationship in an open relationship than in a closed relationship. And then I would never forgive someone who cheats with me. I would instantly end the relationship right there. I mean, that's just a personal thing.
Yeah, I don't know. If you stick with a relationship after a person cheats on you, that's a major blow to your own self-esteem.
Yeah, that's like...
Yeah, that shows the person that you're not worth much.
Yeah, it proves to the person that you're not the main attraction.
Exactly. You will deal with this major offense. So don't cope with it. Show the person that you're worth it.
And it's definitely not going to be the first time. And like what happened with Uncle Odin in his last relationship was the girl cheated with her boyfriend on Uncle Odin.
Yeah.
And then the girl apparently cheated on him afterwards. Like, yeah, the girl who cheats with her previous girlfriend, with her previous boyfriend to be with you, is probably gonna cheat on you anyway. You know?
I really like the choice of Uncle Odin as the surname.
We're still really happy with him.
Honestly, yeah. Seriously, I mean, y'all know that we will use our friends' names as surnames. But we're pretty proud of Uncle Odin.
Honestly, I'll say the reason I chose Uncle Odin was because in a video game that I've been playing called Vermintide.
Vermintide, guys. Give it a shot.
It's actually a pretty good game if you like
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead kind of stuff. But one of the characters, anytime anything cool happens, he's like, oh, that's something that like Uncle. It was something. It was a different kind of uncle.
Like
It was
a different god? or
Yeah,
deity?
it was like Uncle Godfrey or something.
Oh, okay.
It was like, Uncle Godfrey used to make a bunch of medicine packets that could heal us. And I was like, wow, that's cool, but that's never happened. It's like, oh, you killed a bunch of people? Uncle Godfrey used to do that. And so, that's our Uncle Odin, I guess.
That's not bad.
So, one club that I did go to that I fucking hated. So, I went to a psychology major club. And since I'm just a minor in psychology, I didn't expect too much, but I thought we would be talking about psychology stuff. So the first meeting I went to was like free pizza. It was really cool. But at the same time, the person that I chose to talk at the club talked about graduate studies. And then during his speak about graduate studies, he asked, how many of you guys aren't going to graduate school?
Graduate school's fucking lame.
Thanks for coming right into the conversation.
Yeah. Good time to chime in. Just
time.
go to law school, guys.
Oh, God.
Talking to our resident
It's a
maybe
little bit
lawyer.
oversaturated, but
Oh, incredibly.
incredibly.
Psychology, kinesiology, law, it's all oversaturated.
Well,
Just be good at what you do.
Well, we were talking just about psychology. So the guy talked to me in psychology club about trying to graduate in psychology. But the thing is, since I'm not a psychology major, I obviously didn't plan on graduating to like a psychology school. And he asked like, how many of you guys aren't going to psychology grad school? And I was literally the only person in the club to raise my hand. And he told me, it's like, oh, good luck finding a job. And I'm like,
Frick.
oh, I think I'll find a better job than these people, actually.
I mean, you're an IT major, and he's being a fucking judgmental prick about it?
Yeah, no, he didn't even know I was IT at the time, but yeah, he was being just judgmental as fuck.
Was this a professor or a student?
No, it was some guy coming from a different college, Tulane, if you know that.
Yeah, honestly, everyone from a different major thinks they have the better idea.
Dude, I used to be in engineering. We had it set.
I am an engineer right now.
I'm an
How you like
engineer.
that?
I think it works perfect. I mean, I could computer science my way to grad school if not for calculus.
Decent
Right?
point. One of our commentators is an engineering major, Phil.
Which means he's an engineer. So tell us about engineering. How
Yeah.
hard is it?
Obviously, I have a better job than y'all.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I'll
deal
agree
with
with
it.
him. Yeah, he's an engineer. He
He's
knows
much
it.
better than any of us.
Oh, Jeb put his head on my shoulder, and it's so cute.
Yeah, it's not just to appease Joseph. I'm just tired because this liquor.
Yeah, he drank enough. I asked him if he
And
wanted
Joseph's
more.
pretty cute.
I mean, that's a darn fact. We've been told that me and Phil were very cute from some cougars tonight. Jeb was not included in that for whatever reason.
I mean,
I'm
if
sorry.
I was there, they would have been like, y'all aren't cute.
As a whole, you guys aren't cute, but Philip and Joe, oh my god.
Yeah, they so would have been. Yeah. Me, Joseph, and Phil have been looking to hit on older women for a while now.
Yeah, because apparently Jeb knows cougar bars in the area, and he hasn't taken me. He hasn't
Fuck
taken me.
you. I made one Google, but
Yeah, you
now,
said that you know cougar bars, and you know how much I like cougars because they're more dominant. That's
all right,
on you.
well,
That's
you know
on
what?
you.
Now that we have made said Google, and tonight kind of served as a good test run, I think we can run that play.
So we'll tell you
Guys, hit on anyone you want.
honestly, yeah. People are worried about like if I hit on this person, it'll seem weird, but honestly, it won't. For the most part, it seems kind of weirder if a girl likes you and you don't hit on her, right?
Yeah, if a girl's putting the feelers out there, give her the time of day. Maybe she wants to talk to you and find out who you are. Phil, what's your take on that
What is
one?
your take?
I guess it depends on your perspective. If,
That's a good point.
That is the most general thing you could
Yeah,
say. That's
how about
the most
we get an
non
opinion
thing.
there?
Let's get an opinion.
I mean, if you like what she's putting out or whatever, like, you can read her, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
if you actually like the girl, don't go in on a girl who you don't. Okay, Jeb almost fell out of his chair.
It's a good night, you boys.
Oh,
And girls.
yeah, we'll totally get some girls on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Girls will
so
listen
many
to this
female
podcast.
listeners at this point.
For sure. We're gonna have girls. We're gonna have people who dominate, and we're gonna have religious people after that whole thing. And our thing fell down.
Yeah, just our protector from accentuating our pss and s.
That's perfect. Just bring it up as much as possible. We're like Seinfeld going into the B movie. We're
Yeah, guys, really good content. Hope y'all appreciate it.
it's some. I don't even.
Where's
know.
the narrative going?
We did have a friend who asked us like, "Are you guys gonna go for topics or stream of thought?" And I was like, "Stream of thought." I was like,
Yeah, we were at a tailgate and someone was like, so are y'all gonna have like an idea of what y'all are talking about? No,
Never.
Yeah, if y'all are looking for that on this podcast, search around.
Sorry. We do have like index cards to like figure out what we want to talk about. But the thing is, I don't write anything for my index card except for like what I want them to say. I told Jeb multiple times to talk louder. I think he reached it. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I hope y'all hear me at this point.
I like when you lean in on the counter. Not only do you look sexy, but you also talk louder on the mic, which makes more.
I honestly want to be heard, just because everything that I say is more important than everyone else.
I mean, that's a fact. Everything I say is bullshit. Honestly.
In which case, on my note card at this point, I have a couple stories. But one is called Just the Cheddar Story and involves our host,
yes.
Joseph. What does that consist of?
Oh, you want me to talk about a cheddar story?
Please do.
Okay.
It involves Subway. That's a popular store.
Subway. I mean, we brought up Subway before, so Subway,
we?
please.
What did we say
please,
about Subway?
I just remember we talked about Subway like a quick second. So Subway, please, please give us money.
Oh yeah, totally.
Give us money for this.
Yeah, we'll get funding.
So what happened with Subway was I was with my cousin and we were getting Subway. And at the time, I had very big anxiety problems. And I even told my cousin, I was like, I'm really scared about going to Subway, about like talking about the order that I want. And so when we went to Subway, I asked for cheddar on my sandwich. And they didn't have cheddar. But they told me they didn't tell me exactly what kind of cheese they had. They were just like, we don't have cheddar. And I was like, so I just repeated. I was like, but I want cheddar. And they're like, we don't have cheddar. And then I repeated, do you have cheddar? And they're like, we don't have cheddar.
I want cheddar.
And so I kind of went, I just want cheddar. And they're like, we don't have cheddar.
Yeah, when I heard this story recalled for the first time, it sounded like a fucking Black Mirror episode. It was pretty disturbing.
That Black Mirror episode where he's asking the people at the bank, I want money. But no, it's I want cheddar. And that's exact. I felt like I was kind of robbing them or like trying, like, I don't care if you don't have cheddar. I want cheddar. And I got a huge anxiety attack at the time. And afterwards, after I got my sandwich and actually ordered what I want, my cousin made fun of me for so long about
That being said, this
Did
cousin
you get
will
cheddar?
ridicule everything. Did you get cheddar?
Did you get a cheese?
I think I got American actually, which is
Lame.
basic. It's close to. It's not actually cheese anyway.
Yeah, I mean, American.
a
It's
slice?
processed cheese. It's square
American
shaped.
yeah.
slice.
Yeah, it was a
Yikes.
slice.
And
I mean, it was
square.
2 slices. Yeah.
Oh, you got 2 slices. That's
Two
not bad.
slices. So I guess they felt really bad about me. They're like, this
We
guy
will
really
give
We'll
this
hook you
poor
up.
autistic child cheddar.
he wants this cheese.
Whatever he thinks is cheddar at this point.
I'll take any cheese. When I said cheddar, I was just like, cheese, please. That's all
Whatever I
want.
can take.
Oh god, that
Holy
was
shit.
amazingly bad.
Yeah. It's good that we all have, like, moments that we're like, how long can I be awkward?
Yeah.
When will I grow?
We're not trying to humanize each other. We're all 3 of us are pretty much gods of socially talking with people.
Oh, yeah. Social anxiety is not even a factor
Exactly.
to us.
All of us fuck a ton of bitches, for
On
sure.
the reg, yeah.
On the reg.
Yeah.
That's an absolute fact. And we just have a.
Tainted the tainted.
Thank you,
That's the thing I wanted to fix with our podcast, with me just like stuttering and me interrupting. I've been better with interrupting, but stuttering has not been good.
Oh, yeah, that's still definitely a fucking factor.
So there's a lot of things that we can improve on, and there's a lot of things that we're already doing better. Especially, I think one of the things we're doing better is having me talk, because I think I'm a fantastic host.
His
But,
voice is orgasmic.
Have you guys listened? I've orgasmed to my voice alone.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
The only reason that we make this podcast is so Joseph can put it in the spank bank.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's all I need. This is the only reason. And so, based on that fact, I'm going to finish up my what even is this?
Concoction.
The drink that
Chug.
Joseph consists of. Yeah,
Chug.
chugging.
Chug.
There's
chug,
beer,
chug,
vodka,
chug,
Mio,
chug, chug.
and soda.
Joe's
Soda
the man
water.
for
can't
straight
finish.
taking.
I can't
no,
finish
no,
it.
it's
Let me
understood,
give it a
it's
shot.
understood. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give that a shot.
We're gonna finish this podcast when we. Oh god, I took like 2 gulps of that, and that's
Holy
oh
shit!
My god.
Yeah,
Strong
honestly,
as
guys,
shit.
that is fucking putrid.
So what I used to do when I was a freshman is that I used to combine the worst alcohols together into my cup. That way, no one else would want to drink my alcohol, so that I can keep what I want.
Yeah, it's okay. We're filling that
Keep what I
autistic
want.
token.
Well, we're gonna keep that. Fuck that. We're gonna.
I like it.
Keep it.
Yeah, we left some leeway in there to edit it out, but I hope y'all like it.
Yeah, we're fun, but yeah. So I'm used to like drinking really bad stuff, but this is
Super bad.
it's not.
Y'all ever see that movie with
Oh.
Fucking Adam Sandler and
All right, we're going around. It's Jeff's
fuck
turn to
you.
drink it.
Yeah, he turned this awful drink into a roulette, and I'm not sure I support it.
It doesn't matter. Drink it, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm dealing with the host. I can't say no.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the host. I can force you guys to do anything.
Yeah, Joseph actually gets off on being an alpha. Only with dudes, though.
Only with dudes. With girls, it's just it's like a lot of girls who are who'd rather have doms are good with guys being doms, but they're okay with girls being subs We might want to say that for another one, because I can go on a huge fucking rant about that, and that annoys me to fucking hell.
If we're gonna talk about like a gentle role reversal, we're gonna say that for the next pod because that has a whole wealth of content associated.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
there was a girl I met at the last tailgate who was like, "Oh, I just prefer guys that are taller than me and more dominant, but girls, I'd rather them be smaller and more sub." And I'm like, "What the fuck is
Who the
wrong?"
fuck was this? She sounds cute.
She sounds cute. Just wait until you see her.
Yeah. Oh wait, who was she?
Auntie Gaia.
Give her a fake name.
I don't. It doesn't matter. You don't even know her real name.
Have I met her?
I don't think so. Okay, so we're gonna leave off on that.
Really good note.
A fantastic note of us not knowing and us getting. Are you okay?
A tad drunk at this point.
A tad drunk.
To be honest.
So don't worry. Don't worry. So we do have rides for these guys. So remember, don't
All
laugh
of
at
us
that. We're
died.
trying to be serious.
Every single podcaster died after this.
Every single.
passed.
So remember, if you drink, be safe. Get someone to drive you. But of course, we're in Louisiana, and
Good point.
so
They don't care about either.
we'll go into another podcast about this. But anyway, so we're going to say goodbye. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Balls back! Woo! Thanks, Jeff, for not being part of it. There it is.
I
Sweated
totally
that out.
toasted you guys.